on the platform are really have their laptops on. I think that's quite impressive. Thank you very much for following us. As I said, this is a practical session, and it's very important that you have your laptop to practice and understand what is really going on. Thank you very much. We shall continue and move on to the next slide. So that's where we are. So yeah, I just did this one just for us to see what the sum is and how simple it can really sum. So this is simple, just sum. I think it's also important to know that I can sum with individual items. Assuming I just want to sum for only, let's say, October and February, October 2020 and February 2021. I can just use the sum, open my parentheses, select the range, introduce a comma, and select another range. That's for February. I hope you can see, and close my parentheses, and it will still work. So this one I've summed for the total for this. Assuming maybe I even wanted to just sum for October for a particular item. So assume maybe here I just wanted to sum for only, equal to, I want to sum for just skirts. I can sum it for the range, introduce my comma, sum for watches, comma, and even add maybe single items. Maybe if I want to add eyeliner, then just close my parentheses and enter, and voila. So that will be the total. Simple. So there's no need for you to struggle when you have to do this short or simple tax for your boss or for your supervisor or for yourself. So we will move straight to the second. So let's move straight to the streaming services. So this is a data which shows how people are really using or streaming. I know that those of us who have a lot of data, a lot of you are watching Netflix, Amazon, and from the data gathered, it shows that a lot of people we have over 200 million people who for the first quarter are watching Netflix at any point in time. Amazon follows, we have Spotify in that order. So this means that a lot of people spend their time on these channels. Now we want to do a little bit of exercise here. I told you that with the sum if comes with a condition. And the condition is, so here we are doing sum. Let me just type the sum here, the sum if. So that's what we are treating here. Now the first question is, your boss comes and you have a data. And he says he just wants the total sum. Here we are talking about subscribers, those who have subscribed. So he wants to know the total number of people who have subscribed to videos. So this is our subscription, who have subscribed to videos in this data. You can see that where we have the type, it's either a video or an audio. So if it's a video or an audio, he's not interested in the audio or video. What he's interested in is just the sound for the video. Some people will say that, let me just go through the long way, just filter it and do it. And that might be a little bit, which is you have to filter and unfilter, or now you have to pick it one by one or sort it for the videos all to be up for you to sum. That'd be quite tedious. But I can just use the sum if function to do that. Simple. All that you have to do is you introduce your equal sign. As I said, we are summing for only the video. So sum, we are using the sum if. So sum if, you open your parentheses, the range, that's the subscribers. So we select the range for the subscribers. So you select the range, then you introduce, so your range, we are interested in the range where the criteria is. So the range, we are talking about the type. So you select the type, you introduce your comma. And what is the criteria? The criteria is I want to sum for the video. And we are introducing a text. Introducing a text, you can open the parentheses and type in video here and close it with your inverted comma. Then we go to the subscriber range where we have the numbers. Then you close your parentheses and you enter. Voila, this is the total for only video. If you want to know that what we just did is sure, even when you come here and you do the total, you know that the total is 1,096. I'm sure when you knock it off, you can see that really this is more than that. And if you really want to check, you can also do the sum for the video. But you can see here that this is a hard-coded stuff. What it means is that we have inputting the video in there. You can also do a referencing. A referencing means that you are referencing it to a cell. So example, if I'm here and I want to pick the subscribers for Netflix, and I put an equal sign here and select H7. What it means is that I'm referencing H7 here. So it gives me the subscribers for the Netflix for the video. So you can find the value here. Now you can, the same way, instead of hard coding the video in here, we can just reference it to a cell where we have typed the video. So then it just gives us the video summation. So I'll do the same here. So where we have the video in the inverted comma, I'll just clean that and select the video here. You can see here that I've typed in video and input. It will give me correct. So this makes it quite dynamic. So assuming that your boss comes and he says he wants it for audio, where we have typed the video, you can simply type audio and it will update. So you see the video, because you can see that the video and the audio are different. When I type the audio, you have 318. What means that we are summing for the subscribers for only audio. If I type in here, video, check on the sum or the results here, you see that I changed to 777. That's a smart way of using the SUMIF to do your simple, and this makes it quite dynamic. So even if you update your data, it will automatically update. Assuming that the subscribers for Amazon goes up to, let's say, 1,000. Okay, so now we are using the video. So let me choose a video and let me just increase it so I can see the impact and see that then it becomes dynamic. So assuming that for the Apple, which is a video, the number of subscribers have really gone up to, let's say, 3,000. There you see that it has been updated automatically. You need not to go and write the formula again. You can see that already it's in there. And the moment you update your data automatically, where you have your formulas automatically also update, which makes life quite easy and also simple. So that's a really a smart way of doing that. Assuming that in the same vein, we want to, let's say, find out those who are, maybe I'll introduce that one in the next one. We want to find out, you can see that here we have Netflix, we have Amazon, we have Spotify, but you really want to sum for the services, where the services name, assuming begins with an A. Here we have Amazon, we have Apple twice, then we have Amazon. But you just want to sum all the services where the words begin with an A. You can still use the SUMIF to do that. And in here, that's where we introduce the wild card. So all that you do is you introduce it with an equal sign. You do SUMIF. You open your parentheses. You choose your range. So our range here this time will be in the services, because that's where we are applying the condition, comma. Now we introduce the wildcard, that's the asterisk, and now type in an A. But don't forget that I told you that when you are introducing a letter, you need to put it into an apostrophe, then a comma, then you select the sum range, then you close your parentheses. I think I misplaced. So here you can see that for the ones where it begins with an A is what we have summed. So you can check it out. If I select just for the Amazon, it's 150. So I've selected it. The Apple is almost like 3,000. We have the Apple again here. Then we have the Amazon here. You can check the total. When you look at your status bar down, you see that the total is the same as begins with an A. So what we have done is that we have summed all the services in the items where it begins with an A. So assuming that you are an HR person and maybe you want to sum or find the salary of all the people who their names begin with an A, then that is it. Or assuming it's a matter of a country and you want to sum maybe all the population of countries where their name begins with a C, it means it will work very perfectly. I can see Wisdom Cobblers has raised their hand. I don't know if there's any question for me. Then I will take it because I want to make sure that everybody's with us. Yeah, Wisdom, let's hear you. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Wisdom.
Yeah, I tried it and then it gave me 0. I don't know if you can go back.
Okay, so I'll do it again. So equal to SUMIF. You open your parentheses. Which range are we talking about? We are interested in the services. So we select that range, open our parentheses. Then what are we looking for? Or we are looking for the in terms of alphabet, we start with an A. If you like, this time I can even use a D. So that you see that it's working. So I open my inverted comma or apostrophe. Then I type D here. Then my asterisk. Then close with an apostrophe, comma again. Then select my sum range. Then I close my parentheses. So you see that it's only summing for the D for me. So consider we have only Disney here. And look at the total. It's only the services there is only that one which starts with a D. So you can see that it's only 94, and that's what it has given us here. Assuming I change it to T, automatically it will update and start with the ones which start with a T. I don't know whether we've done you are okay. So here it has summed the 10 cents and the 10 cents are twice. We have audio and video. So you can see that it really summed it. Okay, thank you. Okay, for sometimes you have a data for, let's say, you can call it accountants, or maybe you want to sum based on subscribers. And here you want to sum based on a condition of a number, in that maybe you want to sum only the numbers which are above 10,000. So assuming that you have a sales, or maybe you want to find the salary of staff. Hello? Yeah, hello.
There's a question in the chat box.
Okay, so if you can read it out to me, because I'm not in the chat box.
Okay, Beta said, I'm getting the same with yours. I got 0.
Okay, you change the asterisk sign. I'm sure maybe he might have started with it. So the letter should come before the asterisk. I'm sure that's why he got 0. So she can try and let's see whether it works. If it does not, then we'll see. I'm sure maybe he what do we call it? Switch it. Instead of starting with the letter, she might have started with the asterisk rather. But it doesn't mean that it's wrong though. What it means is that you are looking for the letter which ends with whatever letter you choose. So example, the same way, let me just do that. So assuming that we want to sum for the one which ends with, let's say, an X. What it means is that here, I'll end with an X. The asterisk, then I have an X. So you see that it picks for the Netflix. It's only Netflix which ends with an X. So it gives me the sum for Netflix. I hope you can see that.
Yes,
hello?
Yes, it can.
Okay, so you are following, I guess. If I'm moving too fast, let me know, because it's quite practical.
Hello, please, I think
I'm moving too fast, sorry.
Yes.
So please, what is the question here? Or I should continue?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now assuming you want to sum, let's say it's a salary, it's a data, you want to know the sum for sum either below a certain range or sum above a certain range. So first, assuming here, you can see that I'm saying that sum for all the subscribers above 1,000. Okay, so our input here sum, that's sum if, because there's a condition. Here it's not just sum, it's saying that sum with a condition. So I'm summing for a range where my interests are in numbers which are above 1,000. That's the condition. So I'm opening my parentheses. Here, what is my range? My range is specifically to be found the same sum range, because that's where my interest is. So I'll choose where the sum is. And what is my criteria? My criteria, it's 4. So I use my greater than sign. So I open my parenthesis, I open my inverted comma, greater than, let's say I type in the 1,000, close my parenthesis. Sorry, close my inverted or apostrophe, comma, and select the sum range. Here, okay, so here I can end here or still select my sum range. I'll still get my answer right, but let me go through the normal way and still close it. Enter. You can see that it gives me 3,000, and it's true because here you can see that it's only 3,000, which is above 1,000. I hope you can see. It's only 3,000, which is above 1,000. It's only 3,000, which is above 1,000.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Please, did you added 3,000 yourself, or you changed it from the?
No, yeah, I changed the data. Apple was a certain number. I think I changed it. Sorry. So if you like, you can just use 100. Sorry, I think I changed the 1,000.
Sure.
I've even forgotten. What number was it? The Apple initially it was what, maybe
119. 119.
Okay, 119. So you see that to give me a 0, but assuming that, let me choose 100. So you see that it will sum all the items above 100. And here you can see we have a lot of numbers above 100. If I wanted to pick only the Netflix, I'm sure maybe above 200 or 150 will give me that. So assuming I change my number to 150, then I'm summing based on that condition. So then quickly you can know what is happening. So you see that it just gives me the one for the Netflix alone. As I said, if you want life to be easy for you, you can even put the item, assuming my interest is above or greater than 100. I can just input here my 100 and now make reference to it, as I said. So instead of typing in the hard-coded stuff, I can just have this and go and reference the cell here and enter. Sorry, why is it not giving me? Okay, I'm sure this one is because it's unless maybe it's not seeing it as a, I guess it will work for only the text. I'll work this one out and come out with a solution. So what we said was a greater than, let's say 100, I guess. Let's see. Okay, so you have our 76. Now let's do for another one where we are introducing the asterisks, assuming I want to, I think I've done that one. So, okay, so assuming in the last one, here we have a data here, and we want to sum based on, so assume we have a data here, but I want to sum not blank. What it means is that I want to sum the items here, but I want to sum for only those which are not blank. So what it means is that I don't want to add these numbers. I don't want to add these numbers. It's a condition here, and here you can use the not blank or not equal to function to do that. So to go through that, you have the sum if, you open your parenthesis, what is the range? This is our range, comma. And you want to sum for not blank. So the not blank icon is this way, comma. Then this is the sum range. So there you see. What it means that it has summed for only the ones where we have items in here. Where it's blank, it won't sum. So if you really want to see if it's correct, you can just select where we have the items. You can click on the control key, then select the rest. And you can look at the total. And you can see that it's up to the 802.3. So here I'm summing based that it is not blank. Assuming, okay, so assuming that later where we have the apple, I put there that is audio. You see that the number will increase. You see that it has moved from the 802 to 921. If I delete it, you can see. What means that it's summing for only where we have the type. So if the type is not blank, it means it will go and sum its corresponding subscribers. I don't know if this is clear or if there's any question. If not, then we'll move on to the sum ifs proper. That is, someone would say the almighty sum ifs with multiple conditions. Any question for me? Are we following?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Or I should pause a little bit for people to try your hands because you are moving to the sum ifs. Let me just check if you are really with me.
There's a hand up. There's a hand up. Emma.
Okay. Yeah, I'm listening to Emma.
Hi, Emma. You have anything to say?
Okay, I think I can see. Okay, sorry, I'm listening, Emma.
I
think someone is saying. Yeah, someone is saying I should go over the sum if not blank again. Maybe I'll just do that. The feedback is really bad. Okay, so before, let's look at the sum if again. The sum if not blank. This I should go over again. But before that, okay, let me go over before I do my second improve. So this is it. I've deleted it. Okay, so I'm saying that before you introduce a formula or a function, you start with an equal sign in Excel. So equal to, you type your sum if, it will pop up, you can select it. It comes with an open parenthesis. Then you choose your range where you are applying the condition or the criteria. So you said where we have the audio, consider there are some empty cells in there. Type. But I want to sum without adding. Assume that maybe someone has given you a data and there are names of staffs, but there are some columns that doesn't come with the name. But he wants to just know the total of the data he has given you, which comes with its corresponding subscribers or numbers. And we are saying that just choose not blank, which means that that column, where it is not blank, it should sum. And the sign for the not blank is less than and equal to in an inverted comma. So less than, greater than, you close your apostrophe, a comma again, then you just choose your sum range. Then you close your parentheses and you enter. Voila, you are there. I'm saying that when you do it this way, it becomes dynamic. Whatever data you have, if you update it, assume that later it comes and gives you the name or gives you the type, and assume that the Apple type is, we know that is audio, and we type in audio, you can see that the number updates. If we delete, the number will really delete. I hope you get it. So that is really for the SUMIF. For me to have a feel that you are following me, I'm just running a tool again. But time is still not, we still have time on our hand. You can still share the link for your friends to join. And note that if you have any challenge, you can always get in touch with us, either through our YouTube channel or Facebook or our email. I'm sure my colleagues will just post our email and our channel in there. You can just go there and subscribe. And so far as you get in touch with us with an evidence that you have subscribed to our channel, we'll have a special package for you in terms of our training sessions. So don't miss this opportunity. Let me just run a poll here. So I'm launching a poll here, asking a simple question. In some function, the arguments are normally written. I just wanted to know whether at least I have my audience following. So if you know the answer, kindly check the box for me. In a sum function, this is not a sum if function, it's a sum function. The arguments are normally written. We are seeing as a single cell, as a range of cells, as a text, or simply you don't know. Okay, as a range of cell. Okay. I think this is an interesting one. In sum function, the arguments are normally written in, and this one you can choose more than one answer. It can either be a text, I don't know, as a range of cells, or as a single cell. Okay, so I guess I have the pool. Okay, so I think the answer here is just, I think I mentioned it in my statement. In the sum function, you can choose, it can either be a single cells or as a range of cells, or it can even be a combination of the three. So the correct one would be those who went in for the 1 and 2, that's as a single cells and as a range. And I think I have a lot of people having gotten that correct, and I think that's quite impressive. Thank you very much. I think I'll just share the pool for you to see maybe the outcome. So I just share the results. I think you can see. You can see the results, I guess. Please, can attendees see the results?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay, so let's move on. So now we go to the SUMIFS. Very powerful and very interesting. And that one I'm going to use an HR data, which really have interesting stuff here. So our data simply have employee ID's full name, date of joining the company, date of birth, location, department, gender, salutation, and the basic salary, and also the rating in terms of whether the person is a very good staff or not. Now, assuming that though I didn't mention this, but I think in terms of the mail, assuming your boss comes and says that, okay, I want the salary of all the males, or let me see, all the females, let me put it that way, of all the females in the company. I'm sure with our SUMIF, we can simply do it. And I'm expecting that some of you even tried before I try completing it. But I'll use the SUMIFs because the SUMIF supersedes the SUMIF. What means that what the SUMIFs can do, the SUMIFs can do. So you go to SUMIF, but the difference is that this time it starts with a sum range in terms of the criteria or the argument. So we need to select where we have our numbers. So our numbers is where we have the sum range. So you can just select that, then comma, because you can have a huge. Then assuming our criteria, we are interested in female. You open your apostrophe, you type in female, you close it, comma. Sorry, I think the first one should have been the criteria range. Where would you have our criteria range? Our criteria range is where we have the gender. Because we said we wanted to know whether the person is a male or female. When here we say not male, so what means that it's a female is what we are interested in. So that's our range. Then we go back, comma, and now put in, yeah, I'm following, yeah. And now put in
highlight the whole cell without having to scroll down.
Without having to scroll down. But you need to go down before you can see the data there. But okay, so let me show you. Hold on.
Because
I'll do that.
it's really
Okay,
it's really
so what it means is
but-
that this is the answer for it. But let me go over again. Let me use the opportunity to go over again. Number one, if assume you just have a data and just want to select the whole range, you put your hand on the Shift Control key, arrow down, and select the whole range. Shift Control key, arrow down, and select the whole range. Now, with what I'm doing, since I'm working in formulas and for a whole data, sum if my range, that's my sum range. So I select the cell, put my hand on the Shift key, Control down, and select all. Then I put comma. Then I can go up and now select the criteria. The criteria I said our interest is in whether the person is a female or male. So I select that particular range. I select the first cell, put my hand on the Shift Control key, arrow down, select the whole range. Comma again. Now my interest is in the criteria. So I think this one was supposed to be SUMIFS. Okay, I'll just correct it here. So SUMIFS. So then I have my criteria. My criteria is female. So I type in female here and close my inverted or apostrophe and enter. So it gives me the total sum or the total salary of females in here. I'm sure someone might ask, my boss is not interested in that. He wants to know the number of females in the department or in. Note that with that one, what you can use will be the count if. Though it wasn't part of it, I think it's important that I touch on this. So assume that you want to know the number of females in here. It's the same ideology. So equal to count if. You can use the count if for the count if. Since here there's only one criteria, maybe I can use the count ifs. What is the criteria? The criteria range is our interest is in the female. So we select the female range. As I said, shift, your hand should be on the Shift key, the Control, then arrow down, you select the range, then comma, then you type in with your apostrophe, then you type in your female because you're introducing the text. You close it, you close your parentheses, and it means that there are 956 females in here, and their salary is what? 5 million in terms of the data we have here. When you sum, with this particular data we are using, it means when you sum for the females in this particular institution, you sum their salary. So let's call here maybe the salary, and here will be the number. So here will be the number. Here's the number. So here's the number of females. That's the data we have here. And so I'm expecting that you should be able to do for male. Now, assuming that the condition is more, I'm going to give more condition. I will not use the condition here. So I'm going to type the condition here. One, the first condition is that I want to find out, or I want to sum for staffs who are male. That's the first condition. And who, per their location, they are in Kumasi. And also, they are in which department? Operations. Now, let me do first two conditions before I confuse you. So here, our interest is that we want to find the salary of male staffs who are in what? Kumasi. This is a multiple condition. Multiple. And this is a multiple condition. And this is a multiple condition. So this is how we go about it. My boss wants the salary of males. So I will use the sum if. Since it's a multiple condition, I will use the sum ifs. Now, as I said, with the sum ifs, the range comes first. So you select where we have our salary, the sum range, what we can sum. What can we sum? We can only sum numbers. So our interest will be in the numbers. For the sum ifs, the one which comes with an S. So you select the range. As I said, Shift Control down arrow. That's where we have the salary column. So we select the whole column for salary, then comma. Then we come to the criteria. You can see that the criteria is really bolded here. If you look at the tooltip here. So you can see that it's bolding. So criteria range 1. Our criteria range 1 is that male. Where do we have the male or the gender? So we have it under gender. So we select the range. Shift Control down arrow. You select the whole range, comma. Then what are we interested in? We are interested in mail. So as I said, you are inputting in a mail. So then you open your apostrophe, you type in mail, you close it. Then, so that's the first criteria. He didn't end there. He said he wants for those who are in Kumasi. And where can we find Kumasi? Kumasi is under the location. So that will be our second criteria range. So we select the second criteria range, Shift Control down arrow, comma, and we are interested in Kumasi. So here the same way, we type in, we open our parentheses, then type in Kumasi. Close it with the inverted comma, then close the parentheses and enter. Hello?
You can select the location.
Thank you. Yeah, hello. Yeah, thank you. I think you are right. I didn't select the location. I think I went to select the department. So quickly, I can just shift it here, go into the formula bar and just pick it and pull it here and enter. So that, thank you very much for the correction. So you can see that we have the location for Kumasi. So that would be the basic salary for male staffs who are in Kumasi. I guess that is clear. If I want to use cell referencing, very simple. I can do it this way. Per what we did. So that what means that then I will not be typing in the condition, but I'll be referencing it. So I'll have here, let's say, male. And maybe I'll have here Kumasi. So then if I'm doing for the same, what I did initially, all that I will do is that I'll just introduce my equal sign, SUMIFS. I'm just going to the same. Sum range, we are interested in the salary. At least by now, you know how to select the range, comma. What are we interested in? Our criteria range. We are interested in the gender. So we select the whole gender, comma. And our interest is in what? The male. Instead of typing in the male, I'll make reference to the cell I've typed in the male. Then comma. Then I'll go to the location, select the range. And my interest is in where? Kumasi. So I'll just go and select the criteria for Kumasi, where I have it in the cell here, and close it and enter. Voila, you can see that they are the same answers. They give you the same answer. Sorry, how have I darkened it? Okay, I think we are fine. So you can see that they are the same answers. If you check, they are the same. I've highlighted it. And the difference between the two is that this one becomes more dynamic. So I'll have preferred. What it means is that even if I change here to female, where I have the male, if I change it to female, automatically it will update. You can see that. And I change the location to, let's say, Cape Coast. It will give me the salary for females who are in Cape Coast. And you can build this very nicely in your data to really do a lot of stuffs in here. I don't know if there's any question. If there's any question, then I'll continue. And
hello, Mr. Ned.
Yeah, hello.
When I try cell for mail, it's still there's an error. You know what I'm doing wrong.
Did you select the mail right? Did you bring your comma before selecting the mail? After selecting the gender yes. Column, you brought a comma.
The apostrophe.
No, in selecting the cell, you don't bring in the apostrophe.
Oh, okay.
When you are selecting the cell, you don't bring it. It's when you are hard coding. You are typing in the male itself. You are typing in the female itself. Then you introduce the apostrophe.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, please, can you highlight that side so that we'll see the formula?
You have the cell, okay, so that's the formula in there. But if you want a simple way, let me show you. So that's the formula. I hope you can see it. You can see the formula. That is what you can see here.
Yeah. When I did that, they were giving me something else. Okay, so you selected.
Your first argument is the sum range. Your second will be the second condition, which is the gender. Then your interest is in the male. Then your second criteria range is the location. Your interest is in Cape Coast. Then you should get the answer. So you can do this for multiple.
Okay. Thank you.
You get it now? Yeah. So you can do it for multiples. You can, as I say, you can do it for multiples. So assuming that you are even interested in for those ones who are in Cape, and you can even add location to it. So if I like, I can just introduce. Let me just cut this. Or okay, let me just put it here. I'll arrange it nicely. I can even add location, department to it, and say that I want for the department for those who are only in finance. So assuming I put here finance. What it means, so let me do that. Let me, at least as a way of for people to really follow. So here our interest is in, let me see, what one can we do? Okay, so let's do for location. So our location, our interest will be in Kumasi. Those who are in Kumasi, and the department you are interested in is in finance. And what again? And they are males. And what again? And their ratings. Their ratings is, let's say, good. So how many conditions are we going to have here? We have about 4 conditions here. You can use the SUMIF to do it. So here your boss is saying that I'm interested in the salary of people who are in Kumasi, and they are in the finance department, and they are male, and their rating is good. And go like, oh, boss, what is this plenty stuffs? It's simple. You can just select your data, and now, as I said, SUMIFS. So with the SUMIFS, you select the sum range, as I always say. So you call your sum range, comma. Then what are you interested in, or what is the first criteria? The first criteria is location. So you select the range for location. It's simple, comma. My interest is in what? My interest is in Kumasi. So I can just select the cell where I have it, Kumasi, comma. What is my criteria range? 2, finance, that is department. So I'll select the range for the department, comma, and now select for finance, comma. My third criteria range is a male. Male is under gender. I select gender, comma, then go and select my male. And the last one is the rating. My rating, I'm looking for the rating. So I select my range for the rating. And my interest is in what? Those who are good. So I select the cell with the good. Close my parentheses and enter. Voila. This gives you the the salary for staffs who are in Kumasi, and they are in the finance department, and they are also in the operation department. The next question is that your boss can ask, okay, I want to know the count. How many are they? How many are they that their salary is this? It's simple. So here your interest will not be in the salary again. It will just be in the specific items. So here I'm just looking for the count. So introduce. That one to use the countif. I said that it follows the same logic. If you understand the SUMIF, the countif should be simple. You open your parentheses. Is the criteria range. So straight criteria range, you are talking about location. So you select your location. That's Kumasi, comma, and you select Kumasi. You are interested in Kumasi. So you select Kumasi, comma. What's my second criteria range? It's finance. Finance is under department. So you select finance. Then comma again. So we select finance. Then comma, male. Male is under gender. So you select the criteria, comma, and go and select male. Comma again. Then what are we interested in? The rating. Then we close it. Comma. Then we select the good. Then we close our parentheses. And you can see that this involves only 2 staffs and their salary is 10,000. Hello?
Yes, please. We are following.
Okay, so that is it.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm listening, please. Hello.
I think it was a mistake.
Please, what was a mistake, please?
There's someone saying hello, and his hands are out, but I think he's not talking.
Oh, okay. Any question, please?
Yeah, I
No
used
question.
the count in,
Yeah.
but my answer was valid.
Oh, then maybe you didn't choose your items well. Did you use a count ifs with an S or just a count if?
Count if with no S.
No, that won't work. I said that the count if will take maximum of 3 arguments. So this one, the argument or the conditions we are talking about is more than 2. So as far as the condition is more than 2, the one you can use will be the one which comes with an S, count ifs.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you just use the count with an if, you get it correct. The ifs means that multiple conditions.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, can you guys go over the count quickly?
I lost you. Lost me, or I lost you. Which of them? Okay, so I'm doing the count if again. Delete. So I'm saying that with the count ifs, so we are using count with an ifs. So equal to count ifs, the one with an S. Criteria range. So this one, you are not Sam, you are interested in Kumasi because he wants to know those who are in Kumasi. Where can we find Kumasi? Kumasi is under location. So it's a range we are selecting. So that is the range. Comma. What is our criteria? Our criteria is that we want to find out for those who are in Kumasi. And Kumasi is here. So it's just select Kumasi. Comma. Then the next one is, and those who are in finance. Finance is under department. So you go and select the range under the department. So that's why you can see that criteria range. So when you talk about range, it's talking about, you have to select a range at this time. So this is the range. Then comma, what are we interested in that range? We are interested in finance. So you select finance, comma. The next one is male. Male is under gender. You select gender, you select the range, comma. Then you go and select the male. And the last one is the rating, where we have the good. So you select the rating, the same range, comma. And what do? You just go and select your good. And you enter. And you close your parentheses. And that is it. It's 2. When you do it like this, it becomes quite dynamic. Assuming that where we have the Kumasi, I change it into Cape Coast. Or maybe the department, my interest is in sales. Let me see if there are some people in Kumasi who are in sales. You can see it's only one person who has the rating in sales and is a male and has got the ratings as good. It's only one person. So that gives you some quick information. And I think that is quite interesting. So that's how you can really use that to do it. I don't know if there's any question. If not, I'll try and maybe explain this. You can try it on your own. Where we have the asterisk with the engine, what it means is that assuming that my interest is in departments, or I want to find out and I don't want to type the whole item. I just want to use the 3 words to identify. So assuming my interest, and you can see that ENG has to do with engineer. So I can just use this short with asterisks to really find out the slide for engineers. So I'll just use some ifs. So this one, I won't use multiple conditions. I'll just use one simple conditions. So you have the sum ifs. What are we? You are interested in the sum range, comma. And what is the criteria? Our criteria is where we have the departments, comma. And what's our criteria? We want it for, and this one we are introducing a letter, so we'll type it. So we'll type the engineer with the asterisk, which means all the ones which start with ENG. Then you close your parent, you close your apostrophe, and you enter. So you see, it gives you the the basic salary for engineers. What it means is that it contains, or it starts with the word ENG. The first one you did, you remember that we just use an A. So it gives you that. Assuming that my interest is even in, the word is quite a long one, I just want to type in that. Then you are good to go. Let me touch on where we have the question mark. The question mark will take the space of, assuming you can see for this particular salutation, we have Miss and Miss, Mr. and Mrs. And assuming you just want to type or find the salary for Mrs. or even count, you can use this one to do it. What it means that it's taking the characters of 3 spaces. So but when I do it, you will understand it. So I'll just use the SUMIFS. I'll still use the SUMIFS to do it. The sum range is this. And what is our criteria? Our criteria is where we have the salutation. And our interest will be, so here we introduce the 3 question marks. So inverted comma, open, or the apostrophe. We introduce 1, 2, 3 question marks and close it. Then close the parentheses. What it means is that it's a sum for all the staffs who have their name starting with Miss, which is where the Miss is a 3 character. So MRS. If you scroll down, you see that there are some misses in there. You can check. So it's not just Mr. and Miss. You still have the MRS there. So simply you can use that one to sum it. So assuming maybe you have a 4 character word, a 3 character word, and you just want to use the question mark to do the separation, you can simply use that to do that. Sometimes you, as an HR person or as a data person, you don't want everybody to be seeing your data. So, but before I go on to that, I don't know if there's any question. Any question, please?
Yes, please. I wanted to ask. When you do a question mark, would it affect the result?
If you do what?
When you remove the question.
Yes, it will affect the result, definitely. If you reduce it to 2, it means it will sum up for items in Excel, which takes 2 characters. So if you do only 2, it means it will sum for only 2. You say when you do it 1, you might get a 0 because there's no. Okay, so let me just do one example so you see what will happen. I like when the question comes like this. So here, let me take 1 out of it. It will still give me an out. So here is summing the Miss and the Mrs. Sorry, the Miss and the Mr. Assuming I just do it only 1, there's no any 1 character word in that particular column. It will give you a 0. Hope you can see that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so that is it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'll just do, at least for my audience, I want to make sure that my audience are with me. So I'll just run it, see whether you are with me. So I'll just run my last pool and show you some interesting stuff. Which of the following represents the correct arguments of the SUMIF? I'm sure you have done this. I just want to make sure that my audience are with me. So I think you can see the pool now. If I get the answers from you, I really appreciate it. At least the feedback is very important to me. So for me to know whether I'm really communicating and to see whether you're also following me. So that it won't be a one-way affair. Okay, I guess my audience are really following me. I think most of you had it right. So it has to do with the sum. It goes with the range, the criteria. Then the last bit is the sum. Thank you very much. Let me just end the pool. Now, as I said, it's very important that at least as much as you learn, when you get the link, you also post it and you also try to subscribe to our link. As I initially said, if you also want to up your skills in Excel, I can assure you that you can join the FredExcel team. And we have sessions for people who need special assistance. I know some of you this might be new to you. Some people I'm sure, and don't even know how to navigate their way around the Excel sheets. If you have such challenge, don't hesitate to contact us. We'll be willing to really assist you. And those of you who also want to learn more about the SUMIFS, we have an intensive class also going on. So you can chat us or link up with us on our WhatsApp page, and we'll be glad to assist you. And we have a special offer also going on. All you need to do is to follow us on our social media platform, like at least 5 posts, send a screenshot to us for this special offer. And you can do this on all our social handle, YouTube, to be specific, YouTube. So sometimes you have a data. I'll go to the sample data. I'm sure most of you don't have this in your data, but this is an interesting dashboard, which is a simple one, which was really put in or built. What it means is that you don't want someone to have access to the whole data as we were seeing the whole data scattering. Here, what we have combined is to use VLOOKUP, conditional formatting, and also some ifs to really do what we have here in the match. So what it means is that this is the full name of, let's say, your staff. So we have the drop down here. So the moment you select the staff name, it will give you the staff ID. So you can see that the staff ID changes. It tells you the department. It tells you the date where the person joined, the date of birth, years in service, and the monthly salary, and also the status, whether the person is retired. So it makes it dynamic and it makes at least your work very tidy. In that, assuming that you're an HR person, your boss comes and say that I want to have the details of, let's say, Marilyn. I just select Marilyn and you see Marilyn is still in service. And you can see that the whole dashboard has changed. Where we have the name, the staff ID is unique, the department is operations, the date of joining is here, date of birth is here, 50, and that's year in service is 58, what means that the person has 2 years to go on retirement. You can see his monthly salary, and you can see the status, whether it's still in service. And this makes it quite dynamic and really interesting. So if you want to really up your skills to this level, don't hesitate to contact us, and we'll be glad to really help you. If there's just a template you need to do this, please, you are welcome. We'll be glad to. So yeah, you can have all the names here. You just click on it. It gives you the details, the departments, the dates. So once you have the basic data, so it makes your data quite neat. And at least if your boss comes and you want such information, or even someone walks onto your desk, what the person can see is only about the information about him or her. So assuming it's about Joel details come, year in service is 33, his department is security, gives you the staff ID, it gives you the status, and this makes it quite really interesting and dynamic. So if you want to really learn more, don't hesitate to really get in touch with us, and we'll be glad to really assist. Whether it has to do with a group, individual, we are glad to assist. Also take note that we'll be running the next section, which will be the VLOOKUP. Don't forget that using some of this, it came with also the VLOOKUP, and it's one of the most powerful tools, the VLOOKUP, and we'll combine that with the index and match. So if you're interested in that, you can really contact us on our WhatsApp page or email us. I'm sure our email it's really posted in the chat box, so you can see that and join us, and we will be glad to really assist you. I don't know if there's any question on what you have done. If not,
the first part. No, streaming service data.
Come again.
With the tab with streaming service data.
Yet.
Yeah. I don't know. You didn't do the Apple Plus video part before. Oh, I missed it.
Maybe I thought so that one has to do with if you want to find out what the item ends with, then you can really use this. So it has to do with the asterisk sign. So here, what it means is that we're looking for. So let me just do one example. Maybe you understand me.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Any question?
Yeah, this Evans again.
Yeah, Evans.
Yeah, I want to know where you have a list of employees.
Yes.
And where a list of you have female, you have male, and you have Mr. and Mrs. others.
Yeah.
And you want to sort out female from male.
Mm-hmm.
In arrangement from the last name to first name. How do you go about doing that in Excel?
I didn't get the last in. I didn't get that bit. You say last in.
Okay. I'm Amos Babu.
Yes.
I'm a male. And I have Annie Collins. She's a female.
Okay.
And the list continues. Wherein the answer last name comes first. And female be sorted out in alphabetical order. How do you go about that?
There are a lot of ways you can do that. So you are talking about sorting, if I understand you. You want to sort it in a certain order where you have based on certain conditions. That one, what you do is you use the sort condition. So if I understand you, so give me the example again. Maybe I'll use this one to demonstrate it. So you want to sort the females to be the first, followed by a certain condition. If I understand that's what you asked.
Yeah.
But I want you to repeat that so I will use that one to do it. So I'm listening, please.
I said,
yeah.
You have those names listed.
Yeah.
And you about to sort them out. Last name coming first, female arrange, and male arrange. How do you go about to do that?
Or you can just use filters. So if I understand you, your interest is that, assuming with this data, you want to sort it in such a way that it will start with a female, then male. Is that not it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's simple. You can just go to the sort. Just go to custom sort. Your staffs have headers. What are you interested in? We are interested in the gender. So gender will come first. Then if you want to add another level, I think you added another level, if I understand you. Maybe okay. So assuming you want to sort by gender first, then maybe followed by, let's say, location. You can select location here. So you can see that it's sorted. So you can see that the gender, the female follows, we have the male, and the department, we have operations in that column. But here the condition was based on the first one, gender first. I don't know whether I've answered you. Is it Collins?
Yeah, all right.
You are fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
But hello.
Yeah, hello, I'm here.
Will you have this email to our email that we provided before?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, all the way you are practicing with us.
Oh yes, fine. But I thought you were following along, but definitely we'll send it to you. But did you download the file?
No, I've not downloaded the file yet.
Oh, okay, then that's why. Because the file is really in the chat box, so you can download the file and have access to the same day.
I don't think I'm in the chat box. I received an email from your end asking for this going to now.
Okay. So we'll do that. We'll let you.
So should I reply to the email that you sent me, or where's the group chat?
No, so we'll send it to you. No problem. We'll send it to you. We'll let you have it.
Okay.
We will let you have it. So we'll send one through the mail, and we'll let you have it.
So like you said, special offer service of this presentation.
Yeah.
Is it going to be paid for when that is being negotiated or requested for?
Yes, it will be paid for.
Okay. So I also need information regarding that.
Come again?
I will need information regarding that for the payment.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. If you don't mind, you can post your comment in the chat box. I don't know whether you have seen the chat box.
I'm using my phone, my smartphone. My computer is off.
Okay. So I get you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Welcome. I don't know if there's any question from my audience. Hello. Please, any question for me?
Yeah. With what I was saying, the Apple and video.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but I think I was interrupted.
You were about to go through before.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, I wish you could try it and give me the feedback, but I'll do it, no problem. Hey, please, any question from anybody here? If not, we really appreciate your time.
I want to understand what exactly it's saying. Is it like Apple plus video? In what way?
Okay.
So what you'll be able to find?
Okay, so
Apple at the same time video.
No. Let me explain it to you. So what you see there is the tilde, the asterisk, and the tilde. So you are using the asterisk and the tilde to tell you the in terms of let me call it in terms of the range, the one which ends with a plus sign. So example, okay, so I thought I'm on screen. Let me just share my screen. Then I'll solve this one quickly so that we can end the session. But I have a last pool to run, then I think we can. So this is it. You can simply select maybe sum if. You are summing this range. Sorry, what am I doing? You are summing this. And we are introducing a tilde. So all that we are doing is that inverted comma, the tilde, what means that, the item which ends with the plus sign. So that's why it will pick the apple. I don't know whether now you understand, since do you get it, Wisdom? So I use that to really find
that particular formula, so that
it looks like you are really interested in the formulas. I like that. Seeing the formula in there. Okay, so I hope you can see it.
Yeah. You are showing Apple. You are showing those with Apple.
No, I'm not showing those with Apple. I'm showing Disney.
Okay.
I'm not showing Apple. I'm showing
Disney.
No, so those that end with a plus. Don't forget that Disney has a plus there.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to pick out.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So assuming the last plus is a Y, you still take Disney, right?
No, Y. It will take. Let's try it and see. I don't know how to take it. Let's try. Yeah, it will still. No, what it means is that it's adding. Look at it. It won't take it because that's not the last. So you can see at this time it's taking the Spotify.
Okay, Spotify.
Yeah. So it will just be the last. It won't add the Disney to it. Thank you very much for your time. If there's no question, I really appreciate your time for this webinar. So I'll leave it now for Ifwa to sum it up for us. If there's any question in the chat box. I don't know if there's any question.
No, Mr. Nifi, at the moment there are no questions, and nobody has sent me a question either. So I think they got everything.
Okay.
But by all means, if any of you has a question later on, you can just send it to any of the admins, or you can reach out to us on social media and we'll address it for you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I've just tweeted out a pool. So those who understand it can really respond to it. It's a simple one. The major difference between the SUM and the SUMIFS. Thank you. And there are multiple questions to it. So there are multiple answers. The answer is more than one. Thank you very much for your time. Amos, Wisdom, really appreciate your time with us. Ofori, Laura, Innocent, Isaac, Benjamin, Beta, Wisdom, Phyllis, Cletus, Mavis, Anya, Rebecca, AEC, Fifi, FOI, Mefa, Beta. Really appreciate your time with us. Have a wonderful
Thank you.
And be on standby
as well.
Be on standby for our Vein lookup. It will be very interesting. Those who are interested should join because it's just coming up next week. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our contact is in the chat box in case you want to reach out to us. Thank you very much.
Please add me to the chat box.